Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Michelle. I am your emotional resilience coach, and I am delighted to have you join me today. We are on the topic of the flighter, all right? There is no such word. I make it up, and why not? The flighter is someone who's always on the go, go, go. And today we're going to talk about the ever elusive perfection. This is something that I'm taking out of my book. This is something I'm going through with you at the moment called Who Are You Beneath the Pain? It's all about untangling the infuriating trauma that we find ourselves in. If this is something that resonates with you, please do go on over to Amazon. Who Are You Beneath the Pain? I am Michelle Liddick, and get that book. I love to hear your feedback, and please don't forget to leave a review. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. If someone you know would benefit from this, please do share, share, share. It'll be amazing to just keep growing our community, a community of people who just want to heal and be the better, best, most wonderful versions of ourselves that we can be, all the while giving ourselves the grace to know that it is a journey. All right, which brings us back to the topic of what is perfect anyway? Flight types are forever chasing that elusive perfection. And because it really is so elusive, what is perfection anyway? We get to keep going. We hope that if we can attain that perfection, then we will avoid the judgments and criticisms of others. All right, we have a highly critical inner voice who is always telling us it's not enough, you can do better than this, who are you kidding? What are you thinking? How can you do this? How is this acceptable? All these things that we play back to ourselves, where does this voice come from? Where does it originally stem from? Because it's not you. Somebody said these things to you. Was it a teacher? Was it a parent? Was it a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle? There was somebody in your life who planted these seeds of doubt in you that you are not enough, right? Unfortunately, in society, there was an age of let's break them down and see if we want to build them up, right? That is not how we become the best versions of ourselves. Hating on ourselves, self-loathing on ourselves, fighting with ourselves, beating with ourselves is never going to get us there. Never, ever, ever, right? It might give us a momentarily push. We might find that, might get us to going a little bit, but it is not sustainable. It doesn't keep us going long term, all right? So what happens instead? We just keep spinning around in a darkness of our own making. The need for perfection keeps growing, and perfection of self and others puts a strain on all relationships, especially the one we have with ourselves. And this relationship that you have with yourself is the single most important relationship you can have, because that relationship with yourself is going to directly impact and affect the relationship that you have with other people. So it is not unusual for a person who is predominantly triggered into their flight response to crumble into panic attacks and suffer from high anxiety. The questions that come up are, how are we going to keep this up? How are we going to do it all? And if we fail somehow, what is that going to say about us? Can we stand that? It feels like a fate worse than death. We look for and hustle for other people's approval, right? Flighters don't ever feel that they are enough. What they do is not enough. How they do it is not enough. And so they keep trying to refine and master and, of course, hustle for that ever elusive approval. Right? This is what we do. We get into these states of go, 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 do, achieve, achieve, achieve. because we're looking for that outside validation. So it's good to take a moment and ask ourselves, who are we actually looking for approval from? And this is where it gets really tricky and where we need to be really honest with ourselves. Who are we trying to please? Who are we hoping to hear, hey, good job from? Who are we waiting to have a, pat on the back and, hey, I'm so proud of you. You've done an amazing job. Who are we waiting to hear this from? Okay. Why is it so important to us? What will we make that mean about ourselves if we get it? If we get that, hey, well done, amazing job, right? You've done such a fabulous job. What are we going to make that mean about ourselves, right? Will we give ourselves the permission to rest then? Probably not. We are used to self-medicating with our distractions. The person we really need to stop and seek approval from is ourselves. But of course, we have set such high, unattainable standards for ourselves that we are never going to stop. We've set it up that way. What are we really chasing? Always ourselves. Just like the white rabbit in Alice in Wonderland, always nervous and in a hurry with nowhere to go, yet we can't keep running from ourselves or our story. As the rabbit said, the hurrier I go, the behinder I get. It always catches up with us eventually. We need to pause, we need to breathe in deeply, and we need to learn to just be, right? And this is scary. I know that when you're in the habit and in the pattern of go, 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 getting approval, perfecting things, tweaking things, making it better, getting people to say, hey, well done, good job. That's okay. I'm not saying that reaching for a high standard or a good quality of work or doing things well is not something that we don't want to do. Of course we want to do things, but if we're doing it to the point where our whole life hinges on people seeing it and accepting it and loving us and accepting us more because of it, or if we are using this as a tool to say, hey, I'm enough, then maybe we need to look at our motivation and look at what is perfect anyway, right? A very popular saying that has been making the rounds for a while now is, this is something, a little mantra that I do to myself sometimes because I do get stuck in this place, is done is better than perfect. Because perfect keeps us spinning, it keeps us spiraling, it keeps us in a state of anxiety because, well, it's not good enough. And then, why is it not good enough? Well, because I didn't like it. Why didn't you like it? Because it's not good enough. Do you see how we spin and we go in the same circle over and over again? It's really good to just look and see and go, hey, did I give this like a good go? Did I put in a good effort? Am I happy with this? Is this okay? Like, is this good enough to pass as, hey, well done, great work, right? Not everything we do has to be A+ work. It's going to absolutely exhaust us, burn us down, run us down. We are going to be absolutely finished if we keep pushing, pushing, pushing for perfection. And ask yourself this question. Something you are hoping or waiting for it to be perfect. What is perfect anyway? Because there isn't actually a real standard. Perfection is something that we make up in our minds. And what if what we have done, what we have created, is perfect as it is? All right, this is just something for you to chew on, think about. Please do hop on over to Amazon, go to Who Are You Beneath the Paint? That is my book. My name is Michelle Liddick. Find it there. Please do leave a review. come on over to the Emotional Resilience Coach on Instagram. Say hey to me there. Please do subscribe, like, hit the notifications button, and of course, share. I like to always end with a great deep breath. These are heavy topics. These are emotionally fueled topics. These are things that are difficult and uncomfortable that we deal with. So together, let's take in a deep breath. And out. And know and realize that you are good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect, because what is perfect anyway? Pat yourself on the back, take a deep breath, have an amazing day, and know that you are doing an amazing